All right. Should we watch the video? Okay, just ignore the rest of the stuff on my YouTube. Okay. I'm into drama, all right? You couldn't tell. Path of Exile and drama. And disc golf. That's probably good, right? We good? I'm not too loud, right? We good?
I got two submissions for the same person. Now that person is actually a very large YouTuber by the name of Matthew Santoro. This video is going to be me criticizing and critiquing.
Does he have that many subs? On YouTube? What the fuck? What, from what? Did you just play random like all of his thumbnails are just him being bald. Damn, for 6 million subs, his videos don't get very many views. Got a lot. He was even bigger back in the day. Oh. What if we watch the reactions to Ethan? Their debate, their back and forth was like 4 hours, so yeah.
Matthew Santoro and his behavior.
I could just tell you all the info.
Towards other people, other players, other people in his community, okay? Dude, you're a royal asshole to people. Like a royal asshole to people in your own community.
I was just the Myers you played with. Enjoy your videos. GG's, man. Glad you like the videos. I actually got one with you in it coming out really soon. Dub, definitely tag me. Oh no.
In the DVD community, you need to chill, dude. You really need to chill out. I have made the decision to take down the Matthew Santoro video where I was reviewing and reacting to some toxic behavior and gameplay of his. And the reason I'm taking it down is because that video is a couple months old now. He's changed massively. He's in a much better place now. He has a much more positive mindset, and he has self-reflected and realized that that wasn't him. He was just in a bad place, and again, he's just changed for the better.
I know the music.
We never bother other TCVs. We don't talk trash about them. Oh, it's a Twitch streamer looking for clout. He's live. Yeah, it's just a Twitch streamer looking for clout.
I'm just randomly reporting killers. I mean, there's not really much context here, but
nothing you can do, man. There's just some sadists in the community. They like to mess with people. It's fine. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong humpies. Bing bong humpies.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm making a video that I probably should have made a while ago, and I want to start by addressing that point exactly, because people have tagged me in things and sent me things showcasing Matthew continuing to be toxic over the last couple years, and I didn't say anything publicly or make any videos calling him out. And the reason is because, as I'm sure many of you are aware, over the years, Matthew and I have become friends, and I truly believed that he wanted to be better.
Probably just like
so
online
when people came to me about these things or tagged me in these things, I didn't just ignore them. I sent them to him in DMs and raised concerns about it every time and explained to him, dude, you need to be better. You can't keep acting like this. Matthew has vented to me about a lot of things in his personal life, some dark times that he's gone through, and a lot of stuff about his mental health, and he made me feel really bad for him. And he really did convince me that
gaslighting, potential gaslighting, you know? Like, that's a common thing that I see with people, especially, like, primarily online, right? Is, like, instead of first addressing, I'm not saying this is the case, but instead of first addressing, like, their actions and, like, what they did and maybe why it was wrong, some people might try and kind of, like, gaslight and play victim. And, like, immediately go to the excuses, right? Like, oh, I'm just really depressed. I'm having a hard time. And I feel like if they tend to do that before they take ownership of, like, this the stuff that they do, that's kind of like a huge red flag, right?
he wanted to change and that he was actively trying to do so, but he was just having little slip-ups here and there. But now I've gotten to the point where I don't think he really is trying to be better. I think he's just trying to be more careful. And I think that's what he's always tried to do. And I think he's probably only been nice to me and been my friend this entire time so that I wouldn't call him out, so I wouldn't make videos, so that he could just be on my good side. I honestly feel very naive, and I feel like an idiot, because I gave him the benefit of the doubt way more than he deserved. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of clips over the past year, showcasing to you guys that he's still the same old Matthew he's always been. He's just trying to hide it better. These first two examples we're going to look at are a little bit older, but they're still within the last year, and they both revolve around him going against other TTVs. This first example actually has its own YouTube video made by the TTV he went against. I'll link that down below if you guys want to go check out that entire video and watch both POVs, but I'm just going to show you these parts of it. He is accusing somebody in the lobby of cheating, and he just keeps hitting the TTV on hook over and over again.
There's some sussy shit going on for sure. I mean, we just had hackers, right? Confirmed, so.
Yeah. Just keeps hitting them on hook over and over and over. Until they die.
I mean, okay, that's fine.
Pretending like he's not mad.
I'll take it.
I'm assuming the kind of egregious behavior comes afterwards.
Subtle cheater, but that's okay.
He does this a lot when he loses his killer games. He will often accuse somebody of being a little bit too fast or subtle cheating. It's very common for him even nowadays. So you can see the TTV there said, GG's well played. Matthew said, nah.
No potential energy bug.
He just said sus. And then he can tell Matt is upset, so he said, it'll be all right. And then he said, good luck next. And Matt just replies, you're okay, kiddo.
That guy was salty.
That guy was salty, even though he just told Matt GG and good luck next, and he accused him of being sus. It's the other guy who's salty. Now he's pulling up his stream.
Salty boy.
Is he?
That's why he's pissy. No That's some nobody.
Oh,
just some nobody.
Calls him a nobody. Pulls up.
Okay.
Calls him a nobody after he's already accused him of cheating.
Toxic.
Is he typing in his chat?
He reported him and he said toxic in endgame. I don't know if he was reporting him on Twitch or what, but he was reporting that streamer for being toxic in endgame. When all that streamer said in endgame was
maybe
GG,
commenting on their
heart,
profile.
You'll be okay.
How's that toxic?
Good luck next.
You know what's unkind?
Tell us.
Whenever, like, what people don't. Okay, so whenever I go against a streamer, right? Most of the time, I'll go into their chat and be like, "Hey, GG's, like that was a rough match, or that was a good match, or whatever, right?" And just for a moment there, I popped in and I was gonna say GG's, and he was talking shit to me about me to his audience.
Really? So you went over there to say GG, but he was talking shit about you when you were just calling him a nobody and saying he was salty and that he's live and all this stuff, pulling up his stream on your stream, but you were going over there to say GG, and then you heard him talking about how you were mad because you were mad. You accused him of cheating in the endgame chat. So if you went over to his stream and he was like, oh, that guy was mad, it's because you were mad. And now you're going to try to flip it and play the victim like you were the one who was all nice and gonna say GG, and the other TTV was the salty one.
And it's like, we've never done stuff like that, you know? Like, you'll never see me go up against somebody that's a TTV and be like, oh, blah, 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 like, shitty person, blah, blah, blah.
Is this like subtle foreshadowing? I don't even know if it's subtle.
It doesn't happen, because that's just like,
not roll the highlight reel.
About, right?
That's not who he is. He's not the type of person to go against a TTV and then talk shit about them or talk about them being a bad person. Not the type of person he is. He would never do that.
So whenever I see somebody like that streamer do something like that, it makes me kind of sad, but at the same time, I recognize that there's a lot of people like that, right? So anyway.
Right, not you though. There's a lot of people that do that, but not you. Let's move on. Now we're going to go to the next example where he goes against another TTV. What happens here is he goes against a doctor TTV, and let's just see. He actually goes against them twice, but let's take a look at this here.
Little chemo sabe, little chemo sabe.
Nice. Goes down.
It's fine, Anima. He's just trying to get a 4K.
Yeah, doesn't sound very salty.
Respect.
Doesn't sound salty
Is it
at
when
all.
he sees that it's a
First
TTV?
took, last took.
Is that what happens?
I am surprised that that's a P100 though. They didn't play like it, but
Okay.
I mean, I've
they were
said
pretty
worse.
mind gameable.
So pretty mild. He saw
Yeah.
that it was another TTV and that it was a
I've said
P100
worse.
doctor. And while he didn't say anything crazy, he was just kind of like, oh, I'm surprised they're a P100 because they didn't play like it and they were pretty mind gameable. Now, he ends up going against this same exact doctor streamer, but not back to back. It's later in the stream, and I actually show that here. I was just clicking through the VOD, multiple matches since that Area of Crows game. Now he's on
Goddamn.
Cold Wind.
Minute.
Just
Make your choice.
going forward.
Oh, is it?
And
Oh,
this is the match right here. So it's like 3 entire games later. And this is how Matt responds to going against this streamer a second time.
it might be the same hard tunneling camping doctors before. Oh! It is! It's the same hard tunneling camping doctors before.
Definitely salty.
What?
Good pathing, by the way.
It is for sure. It is for sure.
Okay.
It's the same freaking guy.
First hook,
Just gonna leave that one.
and he disconnects. He recognizes the perks and the cosmetic, knows he's going against the same streamer, disconnects. Now let's hear what he has to say. Remember, he would never talk shit about another TTV or say that they're a bad person or
Bro,
anything after going
that's
against
not what
them.
his community's about.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
What are you going to do?
SEL.
He's looking him up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this person's problem is, but they can stay away.
I think he's banning them in his chat or something.
Person, I don't know why they're targeting us. It seems like, but
Oh, they're targeting him because he happened to go against the same killer 3 matches later. By the way, this other TTV
Didn't he
was live,
last
just
till the
streaming,
end
doing
game
their thing.
before?
That they were not targeting him in any way. They weren't queuing
Yeah, I
up
don't
at the
see
same
the
time as him or
targeting.
anything. They
That's-
just happened to get into a match
That's
like an hour later, and he's accusing
like-
this TTV of.
Like, I don't know if this is purposeful or not, but you show they're a TTV, and you're doing something behind the scenes, presumably like interacting with them, whether it be like banning or sending a comment or a report, and you're kind of like talking to your chat and kind of essentially lying about this. It's like a subtle statement of, hey, it's a TTV, I'm gonna do something, they targeted us. So like without context, if people aren't paying attention, they're just gonna, especially if they're part of your community, they're gonna think that like maybe this person did target you and they're a Twitch streamer. Oh, I'm gonna stay away.
Targeting him.
Very manipulative behavior,
next on
even
that
on
one.
towards
Just
his
go next, right?
audience.
I'll add it after the game, though.
Now he's watching them,
I wonder what this person's problem is.
still talking about them.
You still got their stream up?
I always find it odd when people target streamers. Like, it's very obvious that like I don't want to play with that person,
Well, hello, buddy.
and they always like I don't know. It's just very odd.
How is it very obvious? You played against him once earlier, and it was just a normal match where
I'm
you died
confused.
and went next. Like it's not like you told them, "Hey, I don't like you. I hope I never go against you again." Like, how are they supposed to know that you don't ever want to go against them again?
Nothing you can do, man. There's just some sadists in the community. They like to
Sadists?
mess with
Sadists?
people. It's fine.
Now he's calling the other TTV a
Sadist?
sadist, but
That's
he
a
would
bit much.
never call another TTV a bad person. That's what he said. I would never go against another TTV and call them a bad person. But he's calling this TTV
Yeah, the
a sadist
hypocrisy
and
is
saying that he's being
crazy.
targeted. Okay.
I wish them the best regardless.
Sure you
as
do.
long as they stay away from my
Crazy.
community, we're good.
Yeah.
We never bother other TTVs. We don't talk trash about them. Nothing
I mean,
What? How is he saying these things
what is-
in
what
like the
else is there to
same
be said,
breath?
really?
like that.
Wait, what?
I might get annoyed and be like, "Hey, I don't like the way this person played, and they're a poopy head or something like that." But
That's what
Oh,
he said, yeah.
there's a difference
Poopy head.
between getting targeted like we did, and
Sure.
then
Now we're going to look at some more recent examples, some very recent examples. As you can see, he's going against
Nice,
the Ghoul.
dude.
That's the killer that just came out. This is a clip from within the last week.
Manipulative,
He is not
gaslighting.
happy that he lost to this Ghoul, so let's
hypocrisy.
see how he reacts.
Kind of loud.
He looks very thrilled.
GG's. I
GG's.
got my coffee ready.
Yep, goes and gets his coffee. He doesn't seem mad.
I was gonna keep my totem build on, but I think I have to put on an anti-tunnel build.
Okay. Pulls up their profile. Look at that grin.
Oh, it's a Twitch streamer looking for clout. He's live.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow,
just
how
a
can
Twitch
you
streamer
make
looking for
that
clout.
accusation?
Right. It's a Twitch streamer looking for clout.
How can you
Pull
make
up his
that?
profile, announce
how?
to your audience that it's a Twitch
Again,
streamer
like I
looking for
just
clout.
said.
And make sure to announce that he's live.
Yeah.
Okay?
Get that clout, buddy.
Get that clout, buddy.
Yeah, that makes more sense. He's live right now.
Dude, this
Again.
is such weird
Makes sense.
behavior.
Again, announces to his audience that the streamer
Kill
is
me
live.
for the clout.
Just
He
looking
didn't
for
know
clout.
until he checked his
Yeah, because
profile.
you're such a
There's-
hot shot, man.
what?
Everybody who kills you in Dead by Daylight, they're just looking for clout, obviously. Now, in these clips, he went against a Survivor TTV as Bubba, and after the match, he pulled up their POV because he wanted to watch it. Let's see what he had to say.
Yo,
Midstream?
that's hold on, that TTV was live. Hold up. I want to see his perspective. I
Uh-huh.
love seeing their perspective just because it's fun playing killer, right?
Yeah, sure.
By the way, his profile says he's comp. The angry booba.
So he's hitting him on hook, and he's laughing about it, just trolling, thinks it's funny.
Remember when he got upset at the doctor for like camping and tunneling, in his words? But this is a very common thing that a lot of you tend to see it from like survivors going to play killer. They complain about one thing and then do it aggressively when they switch sides. Oh my god, this guy's a camper, a tunneler, blah 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 blah. He's a piece of shit human. Goes on Bubba, sits in front of the hook, smacks the person on hook, maybe tunnels him off the hook. Yeah.
He's not saying anything.
Sounds good, Paula.
Now he's disappointed because the streamer's not saying anything.
He's not even talking.
You just wanted a reaction for what? Cloud? Content or what?
He's reporting everybody.
Oh my god.
Why are you reporting your teammates?
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Bro.
That's kind of weird, but
So he pulls
Maybe
up
he's
his
salty.
POV, watches the whole match, gets disappointed because the guy's not reacting to him trolling him. He's definitely disappointed. And then he starts laughing at the streamer because he's reporting his teammates. And I agree, false reporting in DBD is pretty funny, but he's just got this guy's stream
yeah,
pulled up with
literally
2
look at the
viewers,
title.
while
I
Matt
noticed
has,
that.
like,
No
300 or
commentary
400,
for now.
and he's just laughing at the guy for
Maybe he doesn't have a mic.
reporting people. Which
Okay,
is,
buddy.
yeah,
That
okay.
was weird.
Now, if Matthew's going to pull up smaller streamers' VODs while he's live and laugh at them for false reporting people, there's no way Matthew himself would false report people, right? Right? Well,
One would
let's
assume.
just take a look here. So there's a Huntress,
It's all you can do, Cameo. You know?
hooks somebody,
It's all you can do.
comes over to this gen. He hasn't been tunneled because someone else just got hooked.
Yeah, okay, so look at the state of this game. The Huntress has 7 hooks. And there's 1 gen left.
He gets adrenaline.
I mean, it's true. Maybe they don't, like the way they sound. Maybe they got a sore throat. Maybe they have a busy household. Maybe they don't have a mic.
Clicky, clicky. Nice. Clicky again.
Ooh, that was a good hat trick.
There he goes.
All right.
And he
That's
died.
that.
These
Yep.
TTV claims tunneling, targeting, camping. Private profile.
Always anonymous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Always anonymous.
Sure. Ooh.
Okay.
Boring.
Unsportsmanlike report.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
so
weird.
he does falsely report players, but probably not that often, right? All right, so now we've got the Blood Mood event playing against a ghoul. Okay, let's see what happens here. Just right to the gen. Okay.
So stupid.
What is stupid exactly?
I
The
guess
fact that
I
you
guess
tried doing the generator in his face and he didn't let you do the gen.
it might have been
Okay.
what happened beforehand. We don't really have a whole lot of context from the rest of the
Alright.
game.
He dips out. Then unsportsmanlike again.
We got our quest.
Oh, that's
Nice.
so weird.
Okay. Now we have an example.
The
of him
reporting is so
just
weird.
Giving up again. Doing a gen in the killer's face.
Because he's death hook. Might have got tunneled this game.
Yeah. This is the killer's fault, by the way.
Are you nodding your head at, you fucking weirdo?
Killer's a weirdo. Yep. Unsportsmanlike again. Another false report.
Then when you get killers like this, you can just go next.
Sure. You can just go next.
Without
That's
any
what you
sort
do.
of penalty or anything.
Now he's giving up against a Freddy. Once again, just giving up.
Well, okay.
And once again.
I mean, to be fair, though, okay. So, I mean, it's 3v1 with 3 gens. I'd probably give up 2 in that situation, especially given all my teammates. Like, that I don't really have an issue with.
Now he's giving up against a Freddy. Once again, just giving up.
That kind of makes sense.
And unsportsmanlike against the Freddy as well. Okay, it turns out he does like to falsely report people. So pulling up that smaller streamer's VOD to laugh at them for falsely reporting people, kind of silly, kind of backwards. Now, here's another good example here. Matt's going to complain about being tunneled here, and wait till he says after. This is another good one.
Wait, well, the killer's chasing the Sable.
Another survivor goes down.
And
That's going to be a scourge.
And he's going to claim to be tunneled, despite the fact he's doing a
gen
someone
right
else
next to
is
the
getting
hook.
runs.
And continues to do the gen.
Yep.
Running.
Now the killer comes to the gen that's almost done.
This guy's a douchebag, man. Whoever this is. He's playing like a complete douchebag.
Okay.
Like, bro, there's an
Are you
anniversary
watching?
event going on right now.
YouTube
There's
video.
an event going on right now.
Yeah, you would never play sweaty during any kind of event, right? Surely we're not going to cut to some clips of you playing sweaty during an event here in a moment.
Yeah, dude. I have a feeling this guy's a sadist. He probably just goes around to games and like tries to prevent people from getting points.
Another
I
sadist.
think that's how he gets his
What did he even do? He didn't tunnel you.
Is what it is. What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Whine about it, I guess.
Oops.
Pulls up their profile. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What is it, Matt? Tell us.
That person used to be on my friends list and they're not, so they're salty about it. That's why they tunneled me out.
Why? It just makes up these.
Oh, they tunneled
stories.
you out. They tunneled you out. You're claiming that they used to be on your friends list, but they're not anymore, and that's the reason you got tunneled out?
Sorry, kiddo. I know you're a salty little bitch, but sorry, man.
Ah.
It is what it is.
They're the salty little bitch. All right, now they're a salty little bitch who
Bit of
tunneled
projection.
and is a sadist because they played sweaty during an event. Now, this is Matthew playing the Ghoul during the Blood Moon event. Let's take a look here.
Yeah.
4 gens still up.
Yeah.
That's so insane.
Okay.
That's so insane.
No, you're already gone.
Downs the Steve. 4 gens up, by the way. Wait, what are you doing, man? Are you playing sweaty during an event? Oh, you're gonna ignore the person that just unhooked. You're gonna go for this guy. You're gonna tunnel him out and slug at 4 gens left. Yo,
Tis.
during an event. What are you?
Remember earlier, because I've already brought this up once, when he DC'd out of the match because he thought he was playing against the same doctor, and he labeled him a tunneling camping doctor, even though I don't think there was any evidence of them tunneling or camping. And then talks about playing sweaty during an event. This is like a 3 times DBD criminal, you know? He's doing both in the event.
You some kind of sadist? Playing like this during an event? What kind of sadist are you?
Never used to be this way.
Again, playing sweaty during the Blood Moon
Sometimes,
event.
so like some of this
And
stuff is
again.
very subtle.
And again.
Double standards,
dude,
yeah.
I have a feeling this guy's a sadist. He probably just goes around to games and like tries to prevent people from getting points.
Matthew also loves gaslighting people to make it seem like they're the salty ones, when in fact he's the one who started whining to begin with. Right here, you're going to see him complain about gen rushing, and then when survivors respond, he acts like they're the salty ones.
Wow, the gen rush. These guys are really cranking, huh?
Okay. Gen Russian.
It doesn't really have many gen perks, though.
We'll just have to adjust our playstyle a bit.
No.
Which he does.
Oh,
Frail.
dude.
And then I just fast forwarded to the end. He gets a
Corruption
3K.
Invention.
He wins. He BMs him on hook. So he gets a 3K. Nothing to complain about here.
Console squad.
So, for
Console
context,
squad.
he had made videos about him in the past, and they had kind of gone back and forth with DMs. He would bring stuff up to him. He ended up taking down the videos because he thought he had changed. So he wanted to get rid of the videos, like he unlisted them or whatever.
Tank.
And he won.
Yeah, these guys are strong, man. We're going up against some strong survivors.
Giving him a nice compliment. Then he says, GG, nice gen rush. So poking the bear a bit, complaining
This
about them.
girl did nothing all game.
Little
but just rush
razzing.
gens. That's literally all she did.
This girl did nothing but rush gens. This survivor did nothing but her objective the whole game. What a fucking goofball survivor. She did nothing all game but the exact objective she's supposed to do as a survivor. So this survivor just responds by
Tunneler.
saying tunneler.
True.
Because he was poking at them for gen rushing.
Maybe,
He
I don't know.
Threw the first stone, he whined first, and all they did was clap back. Now look at this. You'll be okay. I got your friends. I get you're raging. How are they raging?
Oh my god.
Ask mommy for a diaper.
this is
And
like...
milkies. Look at everything he's typing. He's
Is
typing
this supposed
all
to be
that.
like ironic shit talking?
Just waiting.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about
GGs
earlier. That
anyway.
It's
he
so
had
funny when
like
they're like-
6 million subs.
He says you're the one
Crazy.
crying for the gen rush, which is true. He's the one who complained first, and all they did was respond.
I don't know if it's like intentional
He
cringe
brags that he
shit
got a
talk
3K.
or what. I don't know. Are people
And
take
says
games
the
so
only
seriously?
crying I see is from you. They have typed 2 messages into that chat. He has typed like 40,
Probably feels a lot of his identity is tied to his in-game
and he
performance.
keeps going.
Don't let this be real.
He just keeps on going.
Ooh, ah, you better leave, fucking coward. They chat, and then they leave. Cowards.
They chat, and then he leaves. What chatting did they do? They said 2 things, and they were just responding to you, typing a fucking novel in that endgame chat. But they're the chit-chatty cowards. Matthew is somebody who loves to BM in this game, whether he's playing Killer or Survivor. When he's playing Killer, he loves to do the humping. When he plays Survivor, he loves to teabag. But if anybody does it to him, he
True.
will
This is
call
what
them
I'm talking
bad
about.
people and say
Double
again
standards.
that they're sadists.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong humpies.
Okay, so that's what he does in his Killer games. He loves to slug everybody at 5 gens and give some
Doing the same
humpies.
thing.
Oh, how does
mean-
he respond when people BM him?
Toxic for no reason. Why are we getting all the toxic survivors today? I don't understand.
Toxic for no reason.
Toxic for no reason, dude. I don't understand.
You
So
don't
by
understand? Even though
self-admission,
you do
he's
it all the time?
extremely toxic.
Be better.
I
Is it
don't
the
feel. Don't
profile?
ever
Yeah.
listen.
I
No,
don't
no. I'm
understand.
gonna stop you. Okay. Chat. I mean, we might upload this to YouTube. Peter Griffin Warcrime said, "I used to teabag Scullies, aka Skull Merchants, but now I feel bad." Oh. Never feel bad about teabagging a Skull Merchant player. They deserve it. Okay, they deserve it. Going next.
Them bad member of the community, bad person.
I'm making an assumption.
Bad person.
I'm making an assumption, right? That doesn't mean that this person's actually a psychopath.
Now
That's
we're
just
just
how I perceive them,
projecting.
right? I'm just saying that's
what
how
up,
I
Em?
perceive them.
Oh, okay. So if you teabag at the exit gate, you are a bad
Bruh.
person and a psychopath. That is his opinion.
Cooked
It's
logic.
not a fact, as he says, but it's how he will perceive you. A bad person and a psychopath. Now, these 2 examples we're going to look at are very recent. This clip right here is from yesterday. Let's take a look. Oh!
You get bags because you're playing Spirit.
Oh, because she's playing Spirit? Okay.
And then, listen, you play any
Possibly
of the 5
Moxie.
killers that are overpowered in this game, I'm going to give a few bags. Just a few. Nothing serious. Just a taste.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Okay. So he's not a psychopath or a sadist or a bad
Bro,
person.
just own it.
If you
I
teabag
teabag
only the
sometimes.
overpowered killers.
Just a game.
One of the 5 overpowered
You start
killers, I
watching
guess
this?
that's his rule.
Like 20 minutes ago.
Apparently, Legion is
Almost done.
also one of the top 5
an hour ago.
overpowered killers in the game.
What up, Wolf?
Because he
Oh my god, I do.
got a nice Legion here. Oh. Oh, what is that?
Legion,
Get
top
that
5.
hatch, buddy. Get that
Top
hatch.
5.
What?
Bags for days. Bags for days.
Bags for days.
Yeah.
Toxic for no reason, Matt. What are you, some kind of psychopath? The last clip that I'm going to show you guys is a
Yes,
silly one
I
that I
do
saw on
remember.
Twitter of him getting mad at one of his viewers for complimenting the survivor in the match.
Jesus Christ.
It's sped up a little bit.
Can we not compliment them? Thank you. Like, it's very frustrating.
So his viewer says this run is insane.
Don't compliment
she
them.
don't want to die.
It's frustrating.
And he says, can we not compliment the survivors? It's very frustrating.
But thanks anyway.
But thanks anyway.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I would say Jesus Christ too. I'd probably
No, like,
leave.
whose side are we on? You know what I mean? I'm doing my best. Like, calm down.
Lecturing
What
his
the
own
hell?
viewers
Dude, that's cringe.
for not being on his side because they simply just complimented how
It
the
took too
survivor
long to
was
learn.
playing. You know how he called that one TTV a clout chaser because they beat him? This is also something he'll say to people to deflect any kind of criticism. Like this one time he went against somebody when he wasn't streaming and accused them of cheating, despite the fact that it ended up being an Xbox player, and their friend took a screenshot of the endgame chat and she posted it to be like, hey, look, he's accusing me of cheating and I'm on Xbox. And his response was, oh, I'm going to block you all on Twitter because you're all just clout chasing and spreading false narratives. Just like I showed in the beginning of the video,
what
this
is
is one of the
that?
situations
What does that
that
tweet
I
go?
DM'd him a
What did
video
that tweet
that's cheating,
say?
and
Just a reminder, if I block you, I have no hate towards you at all. I simply protect myself and my community from anyone who uses my name to clout chase, anyone who engages with such content, or anyone who spreads false narratives. All the best. That seems like a very convenient way to deflect any criticism of shitty behavior and just fall back into your own echo chamber of people you harass in your own community when they compliment sleep. Okay. Cool. It's weird, but all right.
spreading false narratives. Just like I showed in the beginning of the video, this is one of the situations
same
that
thing. I
DM'd him
compliment
about
survivors,
because it
too.
was cringy as fuck. Anyways, I think I've gotten the point across to you guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg, too. There's been so many VODs that he's deleted immediately, like a lot of VODs that he's deleted where I think he's just randomly ended stream because he was acting really shitty and he didn't want anybody to see it or clip it. It's happened many times. But yeah, he obviously hasn't changed. I think part of him enjoys making people feel bad, and then when it fires back in his face, he plays the victim, calls people clout chasers, and defaults to his mental health is bad. And even though I fell for that at the beginning, it's just not something you can keep using over and over as an excuse to be shitty to other people and act like a fucking man baby. This wasn't an easy video for me to make. I really did think that Matthew and I were friends, and I valued that friendship. I tried my hardest to show him compassion, and I thought I was doing the right thing by giving him so many chances, but I wasn't. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Okay, so I'm surprised you didn't include this. Granted, I don't know, like, you'd have to probably do some research, right? Like, this is just speculation that this is the same person. I don't really know, and I don't even know if he's been, like, convicted, right? Like, this is just a charge. But, like, okay, let's get away from, like, the behavior and whatnot, like, in-game. Toronto man charged in hate-motivated threats, harassment investigation. Police said a Toronto man has been arrested in relation to suspected hate-motivated threats and harassment that started more than 2 years ago. Toronto Police Station said between January of 23 to October of just last year, a victim received several phone messages and emails from various numbers and email accounts. It is alleged that the accused sent anti-South Asian text messages and emails that were threatening and harassing in nature. His investigation is being treated as a suspected hate-motivated offense. Matthew Santoro, 37, of Toronto, was arrested on Sunday and charged with harassment by repeated communication with a person and uttering threats. Scheduled to appear in court on March 7th. None of the allegations have been tested in court. Who knows? I mean, it might not be anything at all, honestly. Like, there's no proof, so I don't even know if I should bring that up, but I don't know. I have no idea where that come from. I saw somebody post it on Twitter. If you Google it, you can find it. Might not be the same person. I don't know. But yeah, so as far as clips and I don't know, it's the DBD community has a way of kind of like having people kind of like I would never want to take onus away from people's actions. If you showed the Toronto News Report, yes, it's true. Yes, I'm ashamed to be from the same city. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it's alleged. Who knows what happened with like the court? It's probably still going on if it is a thing, or maybe it was dropped. Who knows? But interesting allegations, if true. Very, very gross behavior. Like I was saying though, I don't want to take onus away from people's shitty choices, but for some reason it seems to happen a lot in the DBD community, right? It's hard to put a figure on necessarily why. There seems to be a lot of shitty people. A lot of shitty people. So what do we got? We got hypocrisy, obviously, gaslighting and manipulative language. We got, I mean, yeah, just straight up lying. Deflecting any and all criticism and labeling it as clout, which is also manipulating his community. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Give that video a like. Should we see the comments, maybe? That's a name I haven't heard in forever. It's 10 toxic moments that actually existed. Fun fact, I went against as unknown. I was streaming. Came to my chat and seemed really nice. We had a nice chat, but oh boy, was I wrong. Change was fake. Never had a more awaited video in my life. Just some nobody out of nowhere did make me laugh. Freaking streams a lot, send dad jokes. I'd spare money and make people spare money and make people groan. I remembered him being a bit salty every now and then, disappointed. I don't know, that's whatever. I'm not gonna there's my reaction. I guess now I know, because I also was kind of curious. I kind of figured it was more or less behavior like this. Because there was nothing ever specific, like, you know, him spouting some racist rhetoric or anything like in stream. But interesting. Thanks for the rabbit hole. Hopefully it puts the game down. Yeah, I mean, it's just the problem is what tends to happen, right? Is a lot of people's responses when it comes to criticism is to immediately put up a wall and say, nope, it has to be you. It has to be you. It has to be somebody else. It's not my actions, right? Because it's not only is it easier, but it allows you to keep your sense of peace, and you don't have to go through any sort of like self-reflection, maybe some moral quandary. You don't have to worry about like growing and changing and making changes. You also don't have to admit that maybe you hurt people. So it's much easier just to put up that shield and be like, no, it's not me. You know, like it's you. You're the problem. And then, you know, like good example of that is like, oh, I just block anyone who criticizes me because they're clout chasing, right? Like you've came up with an excuse that you yourself probably believe as a way to like, again, deflect and put up that wall towards criticism and critique of, rightfully so, like shitty behavior. And sometimes eventually people just believe it. Like sometimes it gets to the point where you just truly believe your own lies. And it's sort of like, you know, down the road when you maybe do open up and look at yourself, it becomes much harder because you have to admit all those shitty things you did. People are just not taught how to self-reflect. No, I mean, it's just a lot of blame game, you know? Yeah. Open lobbies when? Sunday. Find myself becoming overly aggravated with this game. It's normal, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. Unfortunately, has a lot of followers to back his ideas. Yeah, I mean, when you have a large echo chamber of individuals that'll watch you, and they don't, because like some people don't care about this stuff, right? Like some people don't care about. You could call it drama. You could call it interactions with other content creators. Like, if you want to dumb it down to drama, that's fine. Some people don't really care, or some people don't notice, because like some of it is subtle, right? Like the little things he says in game, whatever, but then it's like right at the end when he like clicks somebody's profile, he has that grin on his face. He's like, oh, of course. You know, it's like those little things that you may not pay attention to, especially because the game's over and maybe you're just watching for the content that you don't really like let it soak in. Live in a super delusional time, we do. The question always becomes, are they like a not necessarily a mastermind, but do they know what they're doing? Or are they so deep in their own shit that they really don't know? I understand ignoring being called out by somebody you don't know, which has happened a lot. But if someone I trust, respect tells me... No, yeah, for sure. I mean, hopefully that'd be the case for most people. Like if somebody comes to you personally and, you know, tries to have an actual conversation about maybe some behavior, hopefully you pay attention and like actually have some level of awareness. Yeah, I mean, most of the time they know what they're doing, for sure. I would make that statement. Yeah. Watching for over 10 years, he definitely knows. Yeah, I mean, he's a grown ass man, like pushing 40. Like, you don't get to where he's gotten in terms of like maybe popularity, growth, or success with certain, you know, without having some semblance of self-awareness. Probably just doesn't care. I mean, that's more than likely the case. I mean, I see it a lot, right? Like, if you look, like, for instance, I don't know if you noticed, like, the other YouTube videos I have. Like, I've been looking at drama with, like, you know, larger content creators on the platform, some political streamers, and just, like, the back and forth. Like, it gets pretty crazy. Some people are really deep in, though. Really, really, really deep.